Although my mail club is small but mighty, we've grown into the double digits over the past 6 months since it started. And as much as I would love to say that I do art full-time and that this is my job, that is not the reality yet, and I do have a day job that I have to prioritize. So to ensure that I am able to show up to my job while also balancing the responsibilities of the monthly mail club and getting everything out to everybody who's subscribed on time, I've had to come up with kind of a monthly cyclical routine to keep me on track. While I talk you through the process, we'll be looking at my September mail club print. If you really like it and you want this piece, I will leave a link to my mail club in the description below. Anyway, let's get into it. Prep for the mail club usually starts at the beginning of the month whenever I have mailed out the previous batch's letters. Usually at that point I have already decided on the design or the goodie, whatever that may be that month. Sometimes it's stickers, sometimes it's mini prints like this month, sometimes it's bookmarks. Whatever I feel like making, the subscribers get. So this month it is inspired by Halloween season with my sister. Because it's mailed out in October, it's kind of like my Halloween special print, if you will. The first step to my mail club is designing the goodie, because that's gotta happen for people to get it. So I knew I wanted to do something that was like pumpkin, fall, that whole thing. But the thing is my sister and I, confession time, my sister and I never really went for orange circular pumpkins. That was never our thing. We always went for the pumpkins that were the most misshapen, bumpy, the weirdest colors, nowhere near a circle, kind of hard to carve. That was our vibe. I distinctly remember we would go to the patch and we would blow right past all of the yellow and orange circular pumpkins, and we would look for the gray ones that are covered in warts, we used to call them, or the purpley ones. And we would always pick those. Even if we went to like the grocery store, sometimes they had pumpkins in the later October, we would always pick the ugly pumpkins, if you will. We are about to transition here visually, so I will continue the story in a second. But once I finish the drawing, which we didn't see much of today, I scan the drawing into my printer. I have an Epson 2850. And then I use a photo editing software on my computer to do a little bit of color grading. I find that sometimes the scans are a little duller than the originals, so I brighten those up a little bit. And then I print them so that they are 2 per page of regular standard 8.5 by 11 paper. And I mark with pencil an 1/8 inch border all the way around the prints. I sometimes have to play with the size to make sure that these mini prints do fit in my mail club envelopes, but I'm getting pretty good at remembering now my settings. Anyway, back to my nostalgia trip. And then we would carve them up in an evening with my dad and mother, and then we would roast the seeds inside as a little treat. So that was always how I spent my time prepping for Halloween. It's a very wholesome memory for me with my family. So these pumpkins are depicted on a front porch stairs, staggered up and down the stairs as my sister and I would always do. They've got candles in them. There's a little bit of an orange glow from the porch light above, and everything else is kind of ready for you to approach the door and say the magic words that gets you a chocolate bar, hopefully. So yeah, thanks for listening to my little story about this print. I'm really happy with how it turned out. I love the whimsical crayon texture of it. I think it really adds to the nostalgic head trip that I was aiming for anybody who might be in a similar boat, kind of reminiscing on time spent with their family on this very specific holiday. Maybe it's just me though. As we continue watching the guillotining, I'm going to talk a little bit about my timelines. So you might have noticed that the day I was designing was about the middle of September. That's actually very late for me. Normally I try to get the design done in the first half of the month, so I was running a little bit behind this month. And the reason I do that is because I have to get the design done at some point. Like before I mail it, as I said earlier, there has to be something to mail. So that's like the key feature here. And I also usually try to write the letter around the 20th. That's generally when I'm like, yeah, I can write the letter. For those who do not know, the mail club comes with a handwritten letter from me, as well as the monthly goodie, and if you sign up, you get a sticker and a little mail club sticker as well. So those things are always prepared and ready, usually before the 20th or on the 20th if I'm writing the letter that day. That's generally the loose timeline I try to use, just to keep myself a bit more organized. So the night before you're seeing this footage, on September 22nd, I had a friend over and we were watching some movies and just kind of chilling out. And so I put all of my return addresses on the envelopes, I put people's addresses on their envelopes, and then I put the respective letters into those envelopes. If I was doing a sticker or a bookmark, I might not have done it in that order. I probably would have put the sticker and the envelope in the letter and I would have prepped those first. But because the mini prints are so big and they have to go in the envelope separate from the letter, it just felt like the easiest step to do at that time. It's pretty flexible for me, thankfully. Frankly, you might be watching this and thinking, Aiden girl, it ain't even the end of September, why are you packing orders? And I do have an answer for that. So I usually do break up my order packing over the course of 3 or 4 days. I usually do 2 days or so around the 22nd to 25th after I've finished the letter, which I usually aim to write on the 20th. And then again, I aim to have the graphic done by the middle of the month. So I know that the people who are still subscribed from the previous month, I know the numbers for that. So I do my test printing. I usually am confident with the letter, and then I prepare all of the things for the people who have been subscribed for the previous months, just because I find that that's kind of easier for me to break it up that way, especially if I'm having a notably draining time at work. And also, the mail club is just one facet of my art business, so sometimes I do notice that I get an influx of orders, and so having a couple days planned for the end of the month and then a couple days in the beginning of the next month, knowing that those are times that I can dedicate to the mail club, makes me feel a little better about meeting those deadlines that I've set for myself and also promised to the people getting them. Once all of the mini prints are cut, if it's a mini print, I always do this. If it's a sticker or a bookmark, I might not do this, but each mini print, when they go out for Mail Club, are titled, signed by me, dated with the month that the Mail Club is happening, and then I usually do put an edition number so people know how many exist in the world in case they are that type of collector. Some people do care about that, some people don't care about that. I just want to make sure that everybody gets the information they want when they want it. So I include this specifically on the mini prints. It's kind of harder to do so on stickers or bookmarks, and I find people are not like, with the stickers and the bookmarks, people are not hanging it on the wall in the same sort of way. They're like using it on their laptop or their cup or they're in their book, and they know who it's by and they're happy about that. Whereas some people do put the mini prints on their wall, and just like other art on their wall, they want it to have some sort of origin information, even if that means it's not on the front. If you've made it this far in the video, it would be so chill and so cool if you gave her a like and hit that subscribe button. It's a little action for you that has big impact for me, and I do really appreciate it. Just want a sidebar here. I can't believe we're at 12 members of the Mail Club. It's only been 6 months, if you can believe it, since it started, and I kind of honestly was not expecting to have more than 5 of you out there. So this is kind of crazy to me that there are 12 of you that are interested in collecting this art in this way. I really appreciate that so much. It's one of my favorite parts of my month to write the letter and think of what I'm gonna make for you, and I get to pack it up, and I love knowing that it's gonna arrive in your mailbox in a fun colored envelope, and you're gonna open her up and stick that sticker wherever you want, or put that print on your wall or whatever. So I just want to say it means as much for me as I know it does for a lot of you. There have been several of you if you are part of my mail club, who have reached out and said that getting the mail is like one of your favorite parts of your month, and so I'm glad that we're both kind of able to have that experience of making and receiving and loving the whole thing. Boo. We are in the packing stage now, so I kind of set up a little assembly line. The letters are already inside these envelopes as mentioned previously, but sometimes the letters are involved in the assembly line. I think I might have shown that in previous videos. Also, the first month people have got their Tuesday and Mail Club stickers in their envelopes, so those were just still there for some reason from that step. But essentially I just open all the envelopes, make sure the print goes in the right way, close the envelope, and then stick a do not bend sticker onto the back. Especially if there are many prints in there or bookmarks in there, I try to make sure that that sticker's on there, because I really don't want somebody's mail to arrive at their house in a C shape, you know? I think that would kind of suck. So while we pack, we're going to talk a little bit about my most recent shop update. So I kind of did a sneaky little silent little shop update. I have added a couple new prints, a couple new stickers. I feel really happy with how my work is going. I feel like they are very representative of me. I feel like I'm really starting to sink into my style and my color palettes, and I'm no longer running away from my instincts, which like sometimes we all do for a while. So that's a battle that I'm no longer fighting. So if you haven't been to my shop in a little while, feel free to check her out. There's definitely some new stuff. And with the holiday seasons coming up, you can expect to see some discount codes coming up while you're doing Christmas shopping and other holiday shopping. I'm thinking of starting some sales in October, a couple more in November, and then I think my shop might be closed after like December 10th until the new year, just to be safe, because I want to make sure that your stuff actually arrives if you order it. But also that's tentative, so don't take me seriously yet. I will definitely post and let you know if my shop is closed at any point in time, and it will be very obviously on the store as well, if that's the case. So yeah, keep your eyes peeled for discount codes, sales over weekends and things like that coming up, because I know it's the holiday season soon. I hate to be that guy that's mentioning it in September, but it always sneaks up on me, so I'm honestly getting started like right now. This week I've made plans for like who's getting what and when, because I always am like a Christmas Eve shopper, and I can't do that this year because I have a job and I work. So yeah, don't be like me, don't be last minute, and get the things for the people that you want to earlier than later so that they actually arrive, because sometimes they don't arrive for me. And I feel bad that they're getting a card. I am planning to add some holiday themed stuff. Like I would like to do a Christmas card, like 1 or 2 Christmas cards on my shop, or holiday cards. Maybe they're not specifically Christmas. I haven't decided yet. They haven't been designed yet. So those are probably coming out in November. And then apart from that, it's whatever else is on there, baby. So take a gander if you haven't. Also, please let me know down below if you like this type of video. I'm still kind of playing around with what I like to do, and how I like to film and all of that. So if you like this more than the vloggy style, or if you like it just as much or whatever, please let me know down below, because that will kind of inform how I make videos. They're about the same level of difficulty for me. It just is kind of about the setup and, you know, how you are seeing it versus being voiced over and whatever. So yeah, let me know if you like this, and I will do more like this. Crazy how that works. Anyway, if you made it this far, thank you so much for watching this video, and thank you so much for sticking around. If you're interested in getting this print, again, you can sign up to get it before October 1st, and it will arrive at your door in the second week of October-ish. So yeah, thanks for watching. I will see you sometime soon, and stay crafty out there.